Hi. The next talk is by José Ángel Diaz, and he will talk about OpenNebula at Cenatic.
Okay. Hello, I'm José Ángel Diaz, and I'm from Spain, from one strange center. I was thinking about how could I manage this kind of presentation, because it's not a very high-tech presentation. It's a governmental project. Then I was suggested to make it like a surfing. It's a bad example at this time, because it is a very cold time as this place. But that you could know what is Cenatic, based on how do you could manage to make surfing. Okay, when you want to make surf, if you any one of these are making surf or skiing, could be the same. Okay, you must need yourself, a wave, and a board, no? Then for explain, okay, and a student landscape, if you have, no? Is for photograph or selfie is very, very necessary. Then the wave. What is the wave about this project, no? This project came from 2002 year, when one little governor of Spain, of one region, it's like Asterix. Do you know Asterix comics? Well, it's the same. There is a little region in the west of Spain, and they don't have any money to waste in license. Oh, okay. Then they think, okay, if I could put one computer for 2 childs in all the schools, I could have a high-tech child in our society, no? Then the problem is, if I make it with proprietary license, I get all the money in the license, no? Then this can arrive the Linux projects. Linux is not like, it's like Linux, but it's Linux because it's Extremadura. It's by self-made distributions. And it was very, very interesting, because it was the first time that Spain comes in the front page of the Washington Post. And this part is very interesting, because we have behind the Microsoft publicity, and we don't have paid for this. Microsoft just have been there. Okay. Then this is the wave. We have a project. We have one idea, and the distribution. Okay, this is the name of distribution. Is GNU Linux. So big up for Linux. This is very interesting, because it was the first time one international government, have made a bit about the free software. In another times, when you speak one politic about the free software, speak, okay, one freaks about computers, we don't mind about them, or said, oh, I'm not interested because you don't have any support, then you haven't been in problem. This was a hype in the political use of free software, okay? Then the wave basically is politics in the government. We want to reduce the digital divide. We don't want to pay another money to Microsoft. For example, we want to be freedoms. And there is one big point which is very interesting for us. Europe versus North American software, okay? We have been in a European country, and we want to get one invest in IT technologies, okay? Then we want to make one software in European manner. The board, who is the board? The board is Linux. Linux is basically a Debian plus GNOME, okay? GNOME, the best desktop on the world. Well, I am the president of GNOME Hispanic, but it's not problem. But it's a very nice desktop. Star Wars was made in GNOME, for example. We have a nice human resource staff, okay? And in this moment, there is some kind of people, one of them was myself, who knows Linux and how to make distributions in the regional government, okay? Then we have the board, the nice foods of GNOME in the board, okay? And one distribution. We have a hallmark named Hispalinux. Hispalinux is a national Hispanic association of Linux with a very, very huge project, okay? We have political engagement. Was the first time that politics listen to Linux people. And we have the people in the society and so on. Then, you are not the wave, you are not the board, then who are you? Okay, if you are not in this photo, you are one problem for us in this place. Okay, then there is not happiness for all because this was a pioneer project, signed 14 years. Then the problem in this project could be you must to invest in some IT people for the government. Is a very high OPEX for manage. Okay, then it's a big problem for political in both technical. Okay, then if you don't, it's very, very nice. It's a simple script. If your strategy in the political environment is based in one distribution and you don't have any budget, then your distro fails. This is the actual case of the regional distros in Spain. Okay, there is not any budget at this place. Then the political start asking, okay, we don't have money for make it, then we must to leave it, okay? Then after this prehistoric history in the Linux in Spain, today we have makes sandbox in the government, okay? For example, we have teach there that if you have one distributions, this is not a vehicle for the use of free software. You could integrate in communities. You could manage to free all your software, okay? There is some focus, for example, the government are working in the education, lowering cost, or government lowering cost and independence, or then use for reduce the digital divide. It's very important because Extremadura, in this case, is the poorest region of Europe, okay? It's one of the poorest. In Spain, is the only region who have been in the poorest region. There is no money, is the basic, okay? Then we have teach the government that it's very important not to forking and working together the communities, and they have been there, and they have been involved in some kind of project, okay? Then, and one big important situation is the digital agenda of the government of Spain is the money who are going to waste the government of Spain in the next years. And open source is part of this digital agenda. Okay, it's very, very important. Then there is some kind of project, okay? And what is Cenatic, who I come from? Cenatic started like a dissemination organism because in Andalusia there is one regional distribution named Guadalinux. In Extremadura exists another one named Linux. In Catalonia exists another one named Linkat. In Madrid exists another distribution named Max, then you could see all the whole Spain country with some independent distribution not working together. They have his own repositories. They don't contribute together. Then it started Cenatic, who a hub for this. It's very, very political. It's close to the old Big Bang in Extremadura, okay? Because we are located in this little part. This is Cenatic and the way. Then what are we doing? We research in the use of open source communities, okay? We research in cloud, big data, Internet of Things, smart cities, and so. And we are teaching the governments the importance to reuse the software. In Spain and in other countries, there is a failed economic model based in sell the same software for all the communities or all the ministries or all the governments once and once and once. And we are teaching the government that they could pay one and pay for increase the functionality of the software, making a big community around this. Okay? Then we have a lot of work in legal and governance, public-private cooperation, and make some big part. This is very important because this is one of the steps that Cenatic is in the OpenNebula conference. It's very important. I speak about this. Then another kind of project. There is some projects we have been contribute to make freedom. For example, we have made the digital identification card compatibly with the Linux. It's the first time that police in Spain collaborate with Linux people to make the same rights to people in proprietary system to work in Linux system. Okay, and this one of our work. Then, how is the sector in Spain of open source? It's have a very well skilled, but they are very small and they only see the service versus products. They are selling service. They don't develop a lot then, but they are very well skilled. And what is the actual photograph of this kind of technologies? This is the point of the digital agent of the government of Spain. The first step, cloud computing, we have a very interesting experience with the Banco Santander Bank and the OpenNebula. We have a mobility in the Firefox OS with the Telefonica dealer who are implementing Firefox OS in his carrier. Big data is everywhere because we are working in smart cities and some gadgets who must to work together, and electronic administration. Okay, now this is another photograph of the dates of the CatPL or ESLE, is another regions of Spain. Then, what are we doing in this encounter? Okay, we are work with the National Secretary of Ministry of Industry of Government of Spain. It's a very huge number. Okay, but it's the central government of Spain, and we are making some search for technologies in this kind of points: big data, cloud, interface, smart cities, or electronic administration. Okay, then we are teaching to the head of the Ministry of Industry in adopt some kind of technologies and focus in open source. We are researching a platform for IaaS. We are developing a attachment for applications and promote the use of this software in big and small companies around Spain. And we are making sometimes some kind of best practice on the use of OpenNebula in the public sector. Okay. For example, we have been proved with the OpenNebula system the successfully case study of Santander Bank and Product Bank in this case. And this is the happy of the part of the presentation. We have been invest in some kind of IaaS platform. This is based on a Git repository statistics about the OpenNebula. Okay, this is the composition about the OpenStack in the top. This is a commit, and this is the authors of the commit. This is the part of OpenStack, the part of Cloud Stack, and the part of OpenNebula. For us, this is not a big problem today, because we could say that the only regions where the commits are getting is from 1 and 2, is European product. It's very important for us, because OpenNebula started as FP7 project from the European Union, okay? And we have been making some kind of these graphics in this. We are going to publish this study, and we could search for the tendencies in the GitHub repository, mailing list, or activities. We could see the trends for the authors in the last years and how the community of OpenNebula are growing. For example, we could be the authors or contributors. Sorry, the resolution is very, okay, could be, yeah. Contributors, people, Ruben, for example, is the top contributor for the OpenNebula, and we could see who is his work in the timeline of this project in different manners. We could see in different forms. They use it manage. Okay, this is the trend. The close tickets and the people who are going together. This shows a real environment for a real community working and make same change. This another graph shows that OpenNebula is growing, but have a very stable number of developers. Okay, we could see that OpenNebula have 5 stable contributors since 2012, and the core teams, these contributors, have been making the 80% of commits for the OpenNebula core. Okay, they are managed by this community. Okay, another things we have been researching, if there is any company behind products, if there is any commercial products supporting this community. And we found that OpenNebula system is there for help and study. We have been saying, we have made some deploys for testing with Javier and with Jaime, and we have been very successfully in this installation. And the last part is a use case of this software. And on this part, the biggest, BlackBerry, China Mobile, or BBC, or Akamai, or Runstatic, are a sample of products of OpenNebula in big environments in production. Okay? Then, how is not our project? Well, we have been promoting the use of the OpenNebula. We have made some kind of teacher in Madrid, in Cáceres, for small and big companies. We have made 2 tech days in Extremadura for reach this product for the companies, and to show these small companies they could contribute to this community and a high-end product. like OpenNebula. And one case of our study is we have been searching for make Hadoop clusters inside OpenNebula. It's one of part of our demand because we are going to manage some kind of smart city testing. Then we need to easily deploy Hadoop clusters on cloud infrastructure. Okay. More numbers. This is only numbers. We have, for example, 100 assistants in this kind of teaching days, and we have made two small test bench with 2 clusters of OpenNebula. We have made a lot of tickets for the professional OpenNebula system to test the hype, no? And we have contribute in the translation in the Spanish environment for the community. Okay, we want to be part of the community, not only user of the community. Okay. Then what is the future? But we are managed to have a big OpenNebula IaaS developed. We have been bought some Huawei big cluster. We are going to deploy a Blade system integrating 40 gigabyte systems for make big transactions, and all of this based on Huawei technologies and this part. And we are going to make a big knowledge open source database with use case for use of open source, all based on OpenNebula. And basically, this is the first step of one big dream who started in 2002. And I think it's very improved to use or have some politics listening to the people of the Linux or free software communities, okay? It's very strange to have in one federal government reach and said, okay, we are going to implant or get together with the community of OpenNebula or community of Debian. For example, we have been Debian camp. We have hosted some Debian camps in Extremadura, and with the politics inside. The people are reaching and are joining to the communities, and they don't look very strange for this, no? Then, okay, this is my little speech about the adventure of Cenatic. The free software in Spain is a reality today. In the digital agenda, there is some money invest in some kind of project like OpenNebula. And I think it's very interesting for all the community to have the governments looking for the software for the communities. And this is my opinion and my speech. I am José Ángel Díaz, and I am head of ICT systems in this foundation. And if you want to speak or ask any question, I could answer correctly with my Apache English. Sorry, but I live in a little region in the like aesthetic. Okay, some questions? No? Yeah? No. Well, thank you for being there.